We'll turn attention to Mozambique now, where electoral registration process, which began in April and is to round off on June 3rd, is said to have suffered challenges with the outbreak of cholera and agitation by the people. Mozambique's National Elections Commission called for massive participation by all citizens aged 18 and above to register in order to vote in the municipal elections that will be held on 11th October. The provinces of Nampula and Zambézia suffered a registration crisis. Observers from the Mais Integridade Civil Society Observation Consortium found 89% of registration posts visited in Quelimane in the week of 19th to 25th May had problems, a sharp increase from the 68% the week before. In Nacala Porto, 75% had problems, and in Nampula, half of them had problems there, both higher than in the previous week. There is also a major maldistribution of registration brigades with a shortfall of registration brigades in opposition areas. Joining us now on the news is Wilker Diaz, a public affairs analyst, to speak on this development. Wilker, thank you so much for joining us here on the news. There are concerns that the registration for the forthcoming election in Mozambique is about to wrap up, characterized by so many problems. What is your assessment of this process from where you sit?
So, hello to everyone. So it's our pleasure to stay here. And about the election process, I think we have so many problems, organizational problems right now on this process, because we have the same problems all here. So right now we don't running for the elections free, fair and transparent. This is the theme of the subject of the electors organism here in Africa, in Mozambique in particular, but we don't have good organization. That bad organization are created so many problems for so many people to try to go into the polling stations to make the register at that process. We have so many people stay two nights in the 2 days or 2 nights in the polling station, but don't have any access to make the registration. Mozambique are suffering with so many problems. We see cholera, cyclones, war in Cabo Delgado, and other problems. So right now it's sometimes it's very complicated to make the good organization of this process because our public institutional things say they don't have money to make a good process, but I think better they can do for that process.
I see. So tell us, what would you say turnout was like for this registration process, which ends on June 3rd?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
I'm asking, what would you say turnout for the registration was like?
Yes, I think the most part of the people. So right now we have so many people at this moment, try to make the registration particularly in the most popular province here in Mozambique. If you go for example to Sofala, Sofala, we have the Beira City, and Beira City is the one municipal territory. If you go to Zambézia, you have Quelimane. You go to Nampula, you have Nampula City. That cities, you have the most part of the people in Mozambique are staying on that places, and on that places we don't see so many posts or so many polling stations to make the registration. And we have the polling registration in sites or in some territories are not the municipal area. So this is very strange, because in that cases the people from the election administration, maybe that people are trying to put all those polling stations in the center of that cities, not
Right.
out of that cities. So it's very strange for so many people, because if you go into the other districts of Mozambique, they have people don't have a municipal, not a
I
municipal
see.
area.
So,
We have so many polling stations there.
Walker, would you
Tell-
say that Mozambique is ready for the election?
I don't think so, because we have the so other factors right now. We can make to answer that questions. If you look, for example, for some areas in Cabo Delgado, we will see don't have any conditions because we have the security problem. If you go, for example, right now, we have so many people try to make the registration. I think the best option right now is extend the time of the registration, for example, for 1 more week. But the authorities here said 1 more week is more expensive for the pockets of our financial situation. So it's very complicated. So maybe we try to finish the registration tomorrow.
I see. So, if people should be able to register, what should the Electoral Commission do now to ensure that people can be able to register the very few hours you have left on this?
Yes, I think I believe right now, for example, the National Institute of the Election make one note and said they will extend the time, for example, for today and tomorrow to 10 p.m. So people try to make that registration, but it's not easy because there are so many people. Maybe on the next time, put the more polling stations to make the registration be in the city, inside of the city, not out of the cities. That is the most practical situation or most
Very
practical
well.
thing to solve that problem. Yes, I think this is the best thing I do at that moment, because we have one poor distribution of the polling station, and that created so many problems. And if we have that problems right now, maybe in the future we created the problems or the conflicts after the election or during the election. So it's the very bad problem.
Wilka, thank you so much for your time here on the news.
Thank you.
Wilka Diaz is a public affairs analyst who joined us from Mozambique.